Hey there, what's going on? Chris Cervantez, eHomes, coming at you with the monthly market update for the city of Covina for the month of August. So I was just joking with someone that it definitely feels like the dog days of summer, right? It's still super hot. Hopefully you're by the pool watching this video, but if you're not, anyway, I hope you enjoy it. So let's jump into it. I know I say this with the beginning of every video, but I'm definitely excited to share some great information about the city of Covina. I'm seeing some positive changes, so let's jump into it and we can talk more about that. So to start from the top, we have 71 homes currently available in all of Covina. So that represents actually 44% more than there were last year, which sounds like a lot, but it's not. It's not enough homes to meet the demand of all the current buyers out there right now, because we still, and I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but we still have actually a lower absorption rate, or maybe I should say a higher absorption rate. The market is still hot. So right now we have 1.55 months worth of inventory. If we compare that to last month was 1.6. So even though it's a very, very small adjustment, what that's telling me is that the market is still hot. There's only 1.5 months worth of inventory for all of Covina. That means if not one more home lists, so there's 71 homes available right now. If not one more home lists, we're gonna be out of homes to sell in 1.5 months. So translation is still a seller's market. We're still seeing price appreciation year over year. Let's just talk about that now, is because this time last year, prices are up 6.5%. So 6.5%, the median price of a home in all of Covina is $751,000. So 6.5% on that kind of a purchase price, that's a big number. It's a big jump. A pretty interesting stat that I think kind of goes the opposite direction. So on average, homes are the list price versus the sales price on average in the last 30 days, that's down about 1 percentage point. So that means if a home lists for $100,000, it's going to sell for $99,000. Compare that to last year, homes were selling at about 8% above the asking price. So are we seeing a cool down? Sure. I mean, prices are not flying off the market like they were last year, but again, due to the absorption rate, I'm still very bullish in that I think Covina is still hot. It's still a seller's market based on the stats, and I don't think there's anything to worry about if you're a Covina homeowner or potentially thinking about selling your house. So let's talk about the average days on market. The average days on market is 22 days. Compare that to last year, it was 12 days. So yeah, is it taking longer to sell a home? Yes. Did it go from 12 days to 112 days? No, it's only 10 days longer than it was last year. So that's still pretty fast. I kind of zip past the pending information. So right now in all of Covina, we have 50 homes that are currently in escrow. Comparing that to last month, we're definitely seeing less homes in escrow. Last month it was 20% higher. But I thought what an interesting stat is that there's actually 51 homes that have sold in Covina in the last 30 days. Compare that to last year, that's actually up last month, that's up 18%. So there was more homes that sold in the last month than there were in the previous 30 days. So again, there's a lot of moving pieces to the market. If you're a buyer, I think the good news is that rates have softened up here in the last month-ish. They're still, you're not finding anything in the fours right now, or maybe even high fours, depending on who you're going to be working with. But they're still a lot higher than they were at the beginning of the year. So is that having an impact on our Covina market? Absolutely. I think that's what a lot of buyers have been pushing back, but not pushing back so much that the inventory has spiked, because it's definitely not spiking. So let's talk about the highest and lowest sales in all of the city. We'll start with the highest. 21250 East Cloverland Drive in Covina. It's right there off of Covina Hills Boulevard. It's actually like more so closer to Badillo and Reeder. So down in that neck of the woods, it's right there on the border of Villa Verde and Covina. That was a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, built in the 60s. It's actually one of the lower highest sales that we've talked about. It was listed at $1,338,000. It sold for $1,250,000, but it's pretty dated. So old kitchen, old bathrooms, old flooring, etc. I think that's why it's, we're talking about the low 1 millions. Big lot, almost a little bit over half an acre. It had a half-court basketball court, just a really, really nice neighborhood, and I think that's why it sold for so much. The lowest sale was, again, one of the condos right there off of Grand and San Bernardino, 788 East San Bernardino Road, number 3. That one was listed at $450,000. It actually sold above the asking price for $465,000 in just a few days, and that was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 935 square foot home. Not upgraded at all, but it still sold for $15,000 more than the asking price. So a lot of information today. If you have any specific questions about Covina or any real estate questions at all my information is below. I'd be happy to jump on a call or exchange text messages, shoot me a DM, whatever makes sense for you. Thanks so much for watching the video. Talk soon. Bye-bye.